another edition of the Backstage Slam. This is episode number 218, and I'm being joined by our longtime Patreon, my, should I say, OG brother from another mother who I went to high school with. Yes, I was involved in another tag team partner before Joshua. We were AKA called the Evo Beach Twin Towers. Kevin, what up? This is your second Backstage Slam podcast. I had to go back all the way to the beginning of 2018.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's been a long time, but yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Today's episode we're gonna be talking about. Looks like we got two pay-per-view cards, one for New Japan, one for AEW coming up, and a lot of breaking stuff for AEW I want to touch on. What do you want to talk about for which card do you want to break down first, Japan or AEW?
I'm more New Japan, so we'll save that towards the end. So let's talk about AEW first.
Okay, so I want to talk a little bit of news. So let me see. Let me pull up the card. So Allison Kay, she, her contract just ended, right? Like she's a hot free agent now. What was it? She wasn't Impact or NWA, and her contract literally was finished just days ago. So what happened was, on the conference call this morning, I listened to Cody's conference call this morning, and then I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, Tony Khan had another press call, and he said that he gave Billy Corgan a call, the NWA president, and he said, do you mind if we could have Serena Deeb, be on the pay-per-view card? And then he ended up getting her. And then he ended up getting Allison Kay, like free agent, like freshly on the market. And he decided to move the growing popularity of John Silver and Orange Cassidy up to the main card. And now we have a new pre-show match for the NWA World's Women's Championship. Serena Deeb defending against Allison Kay. What do you think about that, man? Talk about 11th hour edition. Now we have a prototypical 9 card, 8 matches on the main card, the 9th match on the pre-show.
Yeah, that was a big surprise seeing Allison Kay challenging Serena Deeb for the NWA Women's World Championship. That match should be really good. I mean, Allison Kay is a former champion in herself.
Everybody's after her. With her being there, Thunder Rosa and Allison Kay are the top 2 now. Like, nobody knows about Tessa Blanchard's situation. A lot of people are saying like they spotted her at the Performance Center. I mean, I think she's gonna go there. Personally, I want to see her with her dad, but I think maybe she's learned to play nice. Maybe she's finally gonna play nice in WWE and not talk back to authority figures. Who knows? I don't know. But if AEW can sign either one, Allison Kay or Thunder Rosa, I think it'll be a massive boon to their division. Who's right now, like a lot of people forget, like the women's division is only at 65% because of the travel restrictions between the U.S. and Japan. all of the Joshi wrestlers, they can't leave. I mean, look at Riho. Riho's back in Choco Pro wrestling, helping out Sakurai with her promotion. So it's really tough, and anybody they can get, they could. But imagine if AEW would picked up both of them. Holy smokes! That's like the dream scenario there.
Yeah, that would be a division to watch for sure.
Yeah, I'm also predicting one former WWE Women's Champion from within the last 5 years. Don't It doesn't matter who, but if one of them does not, you know, end up re-signing within the next 2 years, it could
Hmm.
be Bailey, it could be Sasha, it could be Alexa. I'm betting you one of them is gonna jump ship to AEW between now and 2022, and that's it. The floodgates. That's it, man.
Yeah.
Uh, so with this first match, I think Serena Deeb is gonna retain, but I think if they're really gonna sign Allison Kay, I think the match is gonna make it so that she looks strong in loss, or it could be like outside interference, which
Hmm.
AEW doesn't like to do. Like, I can only think of one or two dusty finishes since last October.
Hmm.
AEW doesn't do DQ finishes, which is mind-boggling. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Serena D because this is only gonna be her second title defense, and I'm a big fan of hers, especially when she was part of the Straight Edge faction with Punk. You know, when she shaved her head,
Yep. I
she was
remember that.
cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Serena Deeb on this one too. I mean, Allison Kay can bring it. It's gonna make it tough for Serena Deeb to retain her title, but I believe she's gonna pull it off.
All right. Next match is Orange Cassidy versus John Silver singles match. Man, are you a big fan of BTE?
uh, I I think the first two seasons I would watch it religiously, but with the way things are and my work schedule and everything, it's hard to keep up. So yeah, I've lost track after season two.
Okay, I've been posting every Monday. I've been posting as soon as I wake up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I post every episode in the wrestling section in the channel, the Discord,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so that that's where everybody usually keeps up. Like they don't even go to YouTube anymore. It's like, hey, hey Ben, can you post all the newest BTEs, all the newest K-pop videos in Discord? It's like, yeah, sure. You know, and then they at work or whatever, and they look on their phone, and then through the Discord, they just watch all the videos through there, which is pretty
Mm-hmm.
nuts. That's why I love this app. Um, it really helps. And but now, like, BTE, at least for the last 5 months, Kevin,
Yeah.
it's become the Dark Order show,
Has it?
and they are over, like super over, to the
Uh,
point where John Silver is no longer what, 3 or 4. Like they're just calling him John Silver now. Um, and long term storytelling,
mm-hmm.
John Silver was taking shit from Brody Lee. Like every chance he get, Brody Lee was just like, f bomb this, f bomb that, and then it got to a point where everybody lost their match within the last 2-3 weeks, and John Silver is on a 2-match win streak, and now Brody Lee is like favoring him over, the other guys,
Yeah.
over Stu Grayson, over Evil Uno. The only two people that's on the good graces is Anna Jay and John Silver, because they're winning. And so like John Silver is like on this little power trip behind the scenes, like he's a little snotty brat. And
He's running that high horse.
yeah, and I put him, and honestly, dude, like this guy is like he reminds me of a smaller, stockier Chad Gable. Like the guy looks stronger than he actually looks. And I hope this is the dark horse match of the night, because I know how good these two guys are from when I was watching them in the indies over the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Um uh Man, I want John Silver to win, but I think Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin are my top two guys
Mm-hmm.
right now for the TNT title picture, along with Pac
Yeah.
when he comes back. So I'd say Orange Cassidy cannot lose his momentum. So I'm gonna go with Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that one. For me, from my perspective, because I only see it on what I see translated on Dynamite, it's going to take a miracle for John Silver to even get a win over Orange Cassidy the way that he's riding right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm going with Orange Cassidy on this one.
All right. Let's see. All right. So this is taken from Wikipedia. It says the match order does not indicate the real match order, so I'm just gonna go up the list here.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho versus MJF with Wardlow. Wardlow is going to be in the corner for MJF, and it looks like Jake Hager is going to be in the corner for Chris Jericho. Singles match, with the special stipulation: if MJF wins, he is allowed to join the inner circle. Kevin, I'm going to have you go first. How do you see this match go down? Who do you think is going to win? And put on your fan hat here, or your tinfoil hat, so to speak. If you were going to book a long-term story or a short-term story, where is this story going to go? I'm interested to. I've been talking to Josh. We both
Yeah.
agree that for some reason it's going to lead up to the point where MJF is going to be the leader of the inner circle and end up kicking out Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara, who are both going to turn babyface. So I'm very interested to hear your side of the story.
Yeah, so my take on this is that it could go many ways.
Mm-hmm.
If Jericho wins, then that'll be the end of that story, and we'll just keep getting more comedy acts down the road until someone else figures out something to do. But for me, if MJF wins and he joins the inner circle, two massive egos trying to run one faction, it's gonna be really, really interesting to see how that plays out, because we already know Sammy Guevara doesn't want MJF in the faction.
You saw Dynamite last night, right?
Yeah.
You see all that high flying, that one. I think it was near the end of the match,
Mm-hmm.
where he's doing all those dives and stuff. That was babyface moves there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So for
I'm starting to
I
feel
don't
like with guys like John Silver, Orange Cassidy, and Sammy Guevara, I think 2020 we're gonna see some type of juniors title. I have a feeling.
I hope so. I hope they have like some light heavyweight,
Yeah,
junior
get
heavyweight.
rid of that FTW. I know it's cool. I hope they
Oh,
don't make it official. Add a juniors title.
storyline. I'm gonna go MJF on this one.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I got MJF winning this, but Kevin Owens, and I think he's gonna use that and do
Mm-hmm.
between these two heat in the match. You know, trading low blows, or you know, and since this is a Chris Jericho and MJF match,
Yeah.
Aubrey Edwards has to be. If not Aubrey, then who was that ref from WWE they just recently brought in?
No, Mike Chioda.
Kyoto. It has to be Aubrey or Kyoto to
Mm-hmm.
ref this match. Otherwise, I don't know. um,
I, I don't think it's gonna be a clean win for MJF. I think Sammy's I the way that plays out in my head, I think Sammy's gonna come out and try to interfere or try to get the refs' attention on him, trying to, and then MJF is just gonna like get brass knuckles or use the ring from Wardlow and knock out Jericho. I think it's going to be like a not so clean win for MJF.
You know what it would be, since they like to do slapstick stuff? What if it's something so minusculely small that ends up becoming a seed to great storytelling? Is if Sammy brought a what do you call that? A little bit of the bubbly. He brought a bottle of the bubbly, and he was shaking it throughout the whole match. And then he ends up giving it to Jericho. And then for some reason, he's supposed to take the bottle of bubbly and whack MJF over the head with it.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, he starts playing to the crowd and being Jericho. He pops off the lid, and then he gets shot in the face, and he gets champagne all in his eyes. And then boom, it's a schoolboy roll-up win for MJF.
Oh.
And then Chris is all pissed at Sammy. And then the little stories play there. I also see that happening. Because that's Chris's style.
Yeah.
But either way, it should be very interesting. This is one of the meta storylines that I really love in AEW. All right. Next match. Singles title match or rematch for the AEW Women's World Championship. Hikaru Shida, champion, defending against Nyla Rose with Vicky Guerrero. Olale. Okay. I got Nyla Rose winning. And you know what, Kev? Depending on where this match is in the card, if there's a couple of matches that go over 15 minutes, what AEW or what Tony Khan doesn't want to do is have their pay-per-views be over 4 hours, because they specifically, pay licensing rights for literally a 4-hour block. They would rather finish under 4 hours than go over 4 hours, like some of their pay-per-views have. That's why they had to cut down some of their best matches in the past. Kevin, this is scary, but I think this might be a semi-squash match just because of time constraints. And I see Nyla Rose retaking the championship and kind of doing like a reboot. Like, Shida is strong. We all know she's strong. But, considering like what's at stake, especially with who is available to sign to really get things going, since they can't really do the multiple styles that they want for the women's division because none of their Joshi wrestlers can travel.
Yeah.
And Shida she's already moved to Florida a long time ago, so it ain't gonna hurt Shida. Like, Shida's only lost to like 4 women or 3 women, one of them being Riho. So yeah, I see Nyla Rose going on a 6-month tear with the title, and they just really need to sit down and do like a reboot. I know that Kenny Omega and Brandy Rhodes kind of handle all that, but I think they really need to establish meta storytelling while building up other people. I don't know, have you had a chance to watch Dark?
No, I have not watched Dark.
Like, they're bringing in all these women. They're talented and stuff like that, but like women like Red Velvet, who just happens to be the same name as one of the most popular K-pop girl groups on the planet. They're trying to, like, Brandy is like taking her under her wing, and like I don't like they're trying to do so much. They're bringing new faces, the 19-year-old girl. I'm pretty sure you heard her. You probably follow her on Twitter too. Elena Black. Like, she just had her second match on Dark. I want to see them sign her and build her up. But they keep bringing in new faces and say, oh, like she's highly touted, highly recruited, Taz putting them over and all that stuff because, a lot of these East Coast girls. And Chris Statlander is still 2.5 months from physical training ahead before she can get cleared from her torn ACL.
Mm.
They just really need to say, okay, this is our top 8 women. God forbid Britt Baker stop. She gotta stop getting injured, whether it's a broken nose or a sprained knee or a dislocated hip or whatever. They need her. Oh my goodness, like she's so injury prone. That's not her fault. It's like, okay, we got her, we got Sheeta, we got Nyla, Anna Jay on 7 match winning streak. Tay Conti, I think
Mm-hmm.
she's like 3-2 now with all the matches she had on Dark. And then say, okay, and then we have the jobber class, which we can probably feed them too, and then like build up 8 women to the point where, okay, we actually have good rankings. Because if you look on the rankings for the women's rankings, like the third, fourth, and fifth woman on the list only has wrestled like 1 match a month over the last since this entire pandemic started. Like, you remember Riho and Emi Sakurai being ranked for like 8 weeks, even though they were still stuck in Japan, and then it wasn't
Yeah.
until like July where people they got taken off that list. So they really gotta work on their depth. They gotta do what they have instead of just keeping it a two women race, between Sheeta and Nyla. But that's the only bad thing about AEW is that division. But it's still better than what most women's division has out there, in my opinion. But for me, I think Nyla takes this in like 5 minutes.
True. Uh, eh. As much as I want Sheeta to retain her title, I just can't see beyond that if she does retain her title, because then she would have beaten everybody in the last 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's pretty much everybody. So yeah, to reboot, to start over fresh, quote unquote. Yeah, I guess I can see Nyla Rose taking this title. I don't know if it's going to be 5 minutes though. Might be shorter.
Yeah. Let's see. This one I having low expectations for because I was legitimately scared during All Out. It's the Elite Deletion match. From what I heard that they're recording that match tonight.
Hmm.
Matt Hardy versus Sama Guevara, the blow off match. Um, this is tough. I'm gonna have you go first. I'm on 50-50 on this one.
Yeah. Matt Hardy coming back after an injury, right? So took some time off. And then Sammy coming back and rekindling that freaking rivalry. So, oof, I, I I'm literally on the fence here. I mean, I want Hardy to win for the sheer fact that he's coming back after getting cut open, after being put through a table, taking some time off, and then Sammy attacking him. So just to get a bit of revenge, but I also want Sammy to move on from the story. Ah, dude, I I'm gonna go with Matt Hardy.
Okay. I'm also gonna go Matt Hardy. I think with this match, I think we're gonna see a lot of Sammy tonight. For some or on Saturday, I think we're gonna see a lot of him in multiple matches. And I don't know, hopefully he gets chased with a gold card again in some creative way. All right. Like I said, we're just going up the card on what's listed on Wikipedia because things are always changing, and this is the most official list that's up to date, the fastest. John Moxley versus Eddie Kingston. I Quit match for the AEW World Championship. There's only one botched thing during this whole storytelling. Is they keep referring to this as you finally get this chance. You finally get this chance for Eddie Kingston when Eddie Kingston challenged John Moxley 5 weeks ago or 6 weeks ago for the AEW title on TNT. I don't know if that was I don't know if they were just so into the mood that the words didn't come out appropriately, or they're just saying like that was a fluke, it didn't count, which Eddie kept saying. But man, if this is anything like the Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret Hart situation, and from all intents and purposes, Kevin, like the match can't finish even if somebody passes out. That's what they're saying. So I see John Moxley retaining, but somebody ends up saying I quit on behalf of Eddie Kingston.
So you're saying that somebody from Eddie Kingston's side, whether it be so you're thinking maybe like Penta or Phoenix or Eddie's mom might come out and quit for him.
I was exactly thinking Eddie's mom might be there.
Yeah, because they throw out Eddie's mom a lot.
I was like,
that
whoa.
promo.
Like I knew these two guys had history. But holy crap, like that's you bring mom, you've seen everything. It's like a exact opposite of Trent's mom. Trent's mom is everybody's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my mom is my mom. My mom liked you, John. Blah 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 blah. Like, okay, this is getting serious.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, do you think John's wife will be allowed to come on TV?
Her 90-day clause has been up for a while, but listening to her podcasts with Lillian Garcia and stuff like that, she said she has no interest right now. Like she said she has plans to rework her her website and maybe take she wants to do sports news and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like maybe I hope so.
Because it would be for Mox to say I quit. It would take a lot, or it would have to be someone attacking someone very close to him.
Yeah.
Whether it be Renee or someone that's closely affiliated with Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
Because Eddie Kingston has, Ray Phoenix has Penta. I mean, could bring Eddie's mom into it, but then we could see it go down that route. But then for Mox to say I quit, it would have to take something physically or a serious threat of some kind to someone personal.
Yeah.
For him to say I quit.
I think it would be awesome if Renee was there, to be honest.
Or even just like on a Jumbotron or something. Like,
yeah. Backstage or like pre-recorded, made it look like she's backstage.
Yeah. I have like Ray Phoenix and Penta like have her tied up or, ready to hit her with a chair or kendo stick or something, have her tied up something.
Yeah.
And then you could work it that way.
But if Eddie ends up winning the title, it would kind of suck for him. I would love, honestly, I wouldn't mind a title change, but he would, in all intents and purposes, Kev, I don't know if you're going to agree, he would just be a transitional champion to Kenny when come February at Double or Nothing.
Well, that's if Kenny wins.
Right, we're going to get there.
So,
I'm still 50-50 on that match.
We're jumping the gun here.
Yeah, I got John Moxley retaining.
Yeah, I have John Moxley retaining.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Kingston.
Okay. Awesome. FTR versus the Young Bucks in the match that we've all been waiting for these last 4 years. AEW World Tag Team Championship on the line. Tully Blanchard is banned from ringside, and if the Young Bucks lose, they will never, ever challenge for the AEW World Tag Team Championships ever again. Okay, I'll go first on this one because this can go several ways. Depending on if this match goes on before Adam Page and Kenny, if Kenny and Hangman end up going before this match, I'm telling you right now, there could be it will definitely affect this tag team title match. But ooh, I don't like that they booked themselves in a corner with this, because Cody can never challenge for the AEW title, and for all intents and purposes, it looks like they're sticking with that. I don't want the Bucks to do this unless like they're super serious. They really want to just they're just all selfless. So if this match ends up going before Hangman and Kenny, I say the Young Bucks win. If this match happens after the Hangman and Kenny match, I say FTR wins.
So
I'll expand on that when we talk about the Hangman and Kenny match.
Yeah. Okay. So Tully's banned from ringside, right?
Yeah.
Now, does Sean Spears play a factor in this match? Because I know they're like a group.
He could. He could be. He could. They could play off the fact that he was supposed to be on Dynamite and have a match with Scorpio Sky, but that got canceled because Scorpio was in contact with someone with COVID. So he's not he can't come back until the third week of November. So he could say like, oh, he's pissed because he was supposed to have a match on Dynamite and didn't happen. Blah blah blah. He couldn't.
Yeah, because they're all Tully boys. So Tully can send him out since Tully can't come out.
Yeah,
but
the loaded glove.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole Young Bucks doing the Cody stipulation. I mean, it's like me personally. I want them to win a tag title. That way,
Me too.
They can just add to their growing resume of accomplishments. But at least just once. But then if they lose to FTR, it's just another Cody.
Personally, I felt like this got rushed a little bit. Because FTR didn't even have the belt. They've only been champs for 2 months.
Or at least have the Young Bucks tried for a world title and then have them lose the first time, or just keep losing,
What
and then
if
be like, you know what, if we can't get it this third time, or if we can't get it this second time,
this
then
match gets thrown out due to doctor stoppage, and it's just thrown out like it didn't count.
with Matt's ankle, that could
Yeah,
be
but
that could be a spot.
you seen Twitter, right? What's being posted on Twitter? He has a partial. Apparently, the report is he has a partially torn MCL, but the doctor cleared him for Saturday.
Whoa, partially torn MCL, dude. That's serious.
Yeah,
How are you even walking?
like they're working the ankle injury, but he's got a bad knee. Apparently, wait, let me look. Fightful.com. Fightful Twitter. Okay. Oh,
I mean,
keep going. Keep going. I'm
they,
gonna search this.
okay, because then like I that his ankle could play a factor. It definitely plays a factor, but for the referee to stop the match because of it, you could have FTR say like, "Oh, this match counts," because the referee stopped the fight or stopped the match. But the
Mhm.
Young Bucks can argue like, "You guys didn't beat us. Like, you guys didn't pin us. You guys didn't make us tap." So the stipulation doesn't count. But then it confuses everybody.
Yeah, and they don't.
So
AEW doesn't do that. It's it's either this or that.
yeah, it's black and white. There's no shades of gray.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the report. According to this is via Fightful.com, my number one source in pro wrestling trusted journalism. Matt Jackson is reportedly having a legitimate injury, according to Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio. Matt is dealing with a partially torn MCL and an ever so thinning ACL. Uh, the injury reported occurred during the Falls Count Anywhere match against the Butcher and the Blade back in July, when they went all over the stadium. AEW has turned the injury into part of a storyline between the Young Bucks and FTR, having FTR pulmonize the leg slash ankle of Matt on October 21st episode of Dynamite. The angle was done following the Young Bucks earning an AEW World Tag Team title shot by winning a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team contest. Let's see. Yeah. So that stipulation, I don't know. Oh man, it kind of sounds like he needs to go away for a while.
Yeah.
Man, this would suck if they like. Oh man.
That's a guaranteed 6 months, man.
Yeah.
Football
That
players touring MCL, ACL, they're out for the season. So
this means my heart breaks for them, but this makes me respect them even more that they're gonna do what Cody did and just say, you know what? I'm an executive vice president, and I'm gonna actually do what's best for business
yeah,
and not put myself over, which sucks because oh man,
um,
unless okay, if the Bucks win, maybe they only hold it
till
maybe
Dynamite.
until like maybe it's a 1 or 2 week title reign and lose it on Dynamite. Then they do then Matt goes out and gets surgery if he needs to. Um, but like I said,
Yeah,
it depends on where the next Adam and Kenny's match is gonna be for me, because I think the stories are intertwined.
everybody's connected in some way.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go Young Bucks on this one
Okay.
because I can't. With Matt's injury, I just want to see them hold the titles at least once.
Yeah. Okay. Next, we have Hangman Adam Page versus Kenny Omega. Winner receives a future AEW championship match. And this is the finals of the championship elimination tournament. Kenny Omega has won major tournaments that he's ever been a part of. He kept eluding that. He's talking about the G1.
Mm-hmm.
Hangman Adam Page has had the tougher road. Kenny had the easier road by wrestling replacements. Um. Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna be the ballsy one here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Hangman Adam Page. Hangman is gonna turn heel, like sadistically turn heel. He the upset of the year. He defeats Kenny Omega.
Mhm.
Kenny Omega goes spiraling down. We don't see Kenny for a little bit. He goes behind the scenes. As you probably already know, AEW Games has a new official YouTube channel. The major announcement coming. Maybe they're gonna debut a trailer for the new AEW video game, or maybe it's just a AEW stream team or whatever. You heard about
Mm.
this, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so I already followed the Twitter. I already subscribed to the AEW Games channel. Announcement coming in a couple of days. Uh, I know Kenny is gonna be the EVP. That's gonna be the main guy that's gonna be working with the video game developers for all AEW related video games. I know that they have a app, a cell phone app for like fantasy booking or whatever. Um,
Oh, wow.
I don't know when that comes out. So I'm going with the ballsy pick. Hangman turns heel, defeats Kenny. Kenny's storyline will be seen on Being the Elite. Kenny, I wouldn't say Kenny becomes the drunkard, but we see him like just utterly destroyed, gutted, and he ends up disappearing from TV for a little bit, and so do the Bucks. Um, so because they're connected, they're the Elite, the trio.
Yeah.
So, like I said, if this match happens before the tag team titles and everything goes the way that I think it's gonna go, Hangman comes out and helps FTR defeat the Bucks, screwing the Bucks from ever winning the tag team titles. And Shawn Spears comes out. Bam, we get the Four Horsemen, albeit a different name.
Mm.
The official Horsemen.
I can see that happening. I'm for that.
Because I want to see something shocking happen. Because
Yeah.
I guess we've been spoiled with AEW with their 4 pay-per-views a year. All Out was supposed to be their WrestleMania, but because of some scary stuff that happened with injury-wise and whatnot, it just kind of took the win out of that pay-per-view. I want All Out to be, or I want the pay-per-view scene to be redeemed a little bit. Something shocking like this would be such a welcome. It's going to get people talking. The ratings for TV is going to go up. I really want to see something like this. Kenny is Kenny. We all know Kenny is like the top out of top.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that we already seen Kenny versus Moxley at Revolution last year. That was a banger of a match. That was one of my top 3 favorite matches of last year. I want to see Kenny take on somebody that's not a babyface or an anti-hero like Moxley to win the belt, to be honest. I really do.
I mean, we could see Kenny versus Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
Play that off. I don't know if people would be attracted to it, or how they would run that storyline. But then Kenny versus Eddie, or you could have Hangman versus Eddie.
By putting the belt on Eddie, where do they put guys like Brian Cage and Lance Archer that's ranked number 1 and number 2 for so long?
Yeah.
Oh, they're like in the Brody Lee stage where he lost one important match and then goes on to win like 10 matches and then wins the title. I don't know.
It's like
Oh,
everybody's lost in the shuffle.
yeah. That's why I'm saying like they really need another championship like a junior belt. That way they can take out, Darby Allen, who's ranked what, number 4, put him in off to that list, because the top 5 rankings is not just for the AEW title. It's for the TNT title as well.
Yeah.
Which is why it's always scratched my head. They're both put on the same pedestal. I see the TNT title as like the second tier, like the Intercontinental / US IWGP title, like the number 2 belt.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's I appreciate the rankings because it's different from WWE, even though the records really don't make sense because
Yeah,
they
the
don't
records don't
elaborate.
reflect it.
Yeah, they don't elaborate on it. Oh, um,
But for the sake of predictions, I was gonna go Hangman for a different purpose.
well, what purpose was that?
I just to get one up on Kenny,
Okay.
because being in Kenny's shadow, or always being, less superior, I guess, to
Mm-hmm.
Kenny, because Kenny's had all these accomplishments, and Hangman coming up short against Jericho to being the first AEW World Champion, and now he's getting to have another. If he wins, he has another shot at the title. So it's the finals of the tournament.
This could be a 3-month program where the blow off could happen at Double or Nothing in February, just to keep them saying like they're top tier, but they're not challenging for the title.
Yeah. Are they gonna have some kind of like trophy or briefcase that they carry around, saying that they're gonna have like
Oh,
they have like,
I hope
because
not.
everybody's holding a briefcase now. So
I hope not. That's what I thought. What the diamond ring that MJF has was for.
what is the sole purpose of that
But
ring?
but then he lost his world title match, and he still got to keep the diamond ring. So I'm
Like
like, what? What
I
was it
forgot the
for?
purpose of that ring when they
Yeah,
first announced it. I
I
mean,
I thought it was their version of the briefcase / contract.
but like what like privileges do you get from it? Like
I remember that the winner of the Casino Battle Royal wins that ring, and it was supposed to. I guess the title of it, the meaning of it was he gets a future title shot, which he did end up getting, and he lost. But I expected him to, have the diamond ring get taken off and then get reused in a different purpose, but they didn't. I guess that was just a gimmick just for MJF.
hmm,
Oh well.
underwhelmed.
uh, okay. Finally, last match on this list. Certainly not the main event. Plenty of implications here. Cody Rhodes with Arn Anderson versus Darby Allin singles match for the AEW TNT Championship, the Ace belt, which I don't have a problem with him saying that. Uh,
Yep.
Cody has the second best win loss record in the entire company overall. Um, you could say he is Mr. AEW or Mr. TNT, and Team Taz will either interject themselves in this match or after this match because they said it. And Taz, when he says something gonna happen, it happens. We just don't know
Hmm.
how. I'm gonna go with Darby Allin with the shock victory. Darby
Hmm.
Allin's gonna get unexpected help from Team Taz, and then him and Team Taz are gonna have that storyline built up for Ricky Starks. I think Ricky
Hmm.
Starks is a future TNT champion, and I think that's Darby Allin versus Ricky Starks for the TNT title. Maybe at Double or Nothing 3 months from now would be awesome. It's something that I really like to see. Ricky Starks is my AEW version of Finn Balor.
It's fair.
Like, this guy's so good. He's just so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, Cody with the. This is not a good pay-per-view for the OG Elite, the OG Bullet Club.
the elite club.
Hangman is going to be forming a new stable. That's what I hope for. So or maybe Kenny. If Kenny wins, maybe Kenny goes with FTR. I don't know. Like, it's
That would just be weird.
Oh, this would be like the Elite are going on a hiatus, but they're going to be working behind the scenes and recovering and doing all this work because, like I said, they literally, I hope we're not getting swerved here. They said we have a massive announcement, AEW Games. This has got to be the one that we've been waiting for. And Kenny said, like, when this gets kicked off, like, he is going to be hands-on with helping with the development and all that stuff. And they got the videographers for the Jacksonville Jaguars and stuff like that. So we know 3D modeling and getting the best graphics possible probably won't be a problem for them, which is something, I don't know. I'm going way off base here. But yeah, this is like the tagline is for me, this pay-per-view is AEW Full Gear, the beginning of the end of the Elite.
Yeah.
Storyline wise.
Yeah.
Or just this is just good to see, like, they're giving back. Like, everybody who's in the mid tier is going to be pushed up another level because they step aside for a little bit. And it helps the rankings out too. I hate it because they're big names, but I like stuff that happens organically.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're building stars organically, it'll help later on down the line.
All right, so you're going Darby Allin, right?
Yeah. This is he's 0-2 against Cody. So there is a story there. And
yeah,
every time he got there. You remember? So Cody was the one that brought Darby Allin into AEW. He personally recruited him. But everybody's like, you sure? No. Then he said, okay, if you guys don't believe in him, I'm going to wrestle him myself. Boom. 20-minute draw. First ever 20-minute draw. There's only been 2 20-minute draws in AEW history. Boom, that's a draw. Then the first time they battled the second time they wrestled was for the TNT title for the first time. Prior to Brody Lee just walloping Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
He hit the coffin drop with 5 seconds remaining, but then Cody reversed it with a crucifix pin with 5 seconds remaining and ended up retaining. So, 3 strikes are out. I'm going with this storyline. No, 3 strikes. He hits the home run. He actually wins it. But he might receive a little bit help because Ricky Starks wants to beat Darby Allin for the title later on down the line.
But I don't think it's Ricky Starks that's going to help him. If Darby Allin wins, I'm going to say that Brian Cage attacks Cody, lays him out for Darby Allin to get the win.
And then they play like a cockamamie FTW title match.
Yeah, because, Taz has got a bone to pick with Cody and Tony Khan and everybody else at AEW. So,
that's right. Funny. That's funny. You brought that up. That's one thing I wanted to talk to you about on Dynamite. He brought that up. You see, I've been sitting outside Tony Khan's office. And then Vicky Guerrero comes along. I just talked to Tony Khan. Like it's nothing.
Yeah. So you made Taz wait outside.
Oh my God!
While you talked to Vicky Guerrero.
Why couldn't Vicky interviewed first and then Taz come out, not the other way around?
Yeah.
It just made Taz sound stupid. Oh man.
Taz got ghosted for Vicky Guerrero.
Jericho said it. Yeah, watch out for Vicky. She's a tough cookie. She used to be married to my best friend.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I never expected her to be such a good mouthpiece, to be honest. Oh.
No, she's a perfect mouthpiece. I mean, what are you talking about?
No,
Like,
the way that they put her with Nyla. Oh my goodness.
oh yeah.
And they're not overusing. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, that's been played out. I mean, besides, that was her WWE thing.
Although her theme, the dubstep theme with the "Excuse me," oh that's
Yeah.
epic. I love that. All right.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna say Brian Cage interjects himself, attacks Cody, lays him out. Darby Allin doesn't know what the hell's going on. Hits the coffin drop. 1, 2, 3. And then Ricky Starks, right after the match is over, attacks Darby Allin.
Sweet. Okay, I think we deferred on two matches only. Strange. Yeah, okay, that's it for AEW Full Gear. Next, let's transition over to New Japan Pro Wrestling's next pay-per-view, which is
Power Struggle.
If it's Saturday,
well, tomorrow night for you, Saturday morning for me.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like 10 p.m. for me tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be 1, 2, 3, somewhere in the wee morning hours.
Yeah. All right, so let's transition. Let me pull up that card real quick. All right, so I'm at New Japan Pro Wrestling 1972.com. I got the King of Pro Wrestling card. Here we go. Provisional King of Pro Wrestling 2020 no corner pads match. Toru Yano versus Zack Sabre Jr. Kevin.
This is going to be fun. Why? Because it's Toru Yano.
Yeah.
He's always fun. ZSJ, man, he's something else. But when he gets mad, he will stretch you.
Why did he keep putting the rocket pack on Zack Sabre Jr. only to take it away and then put it back on him and then take it away?
Convenience. That's just me.
Oh.
But so this is for the King of Pro Wrestling trophy, right?
Yeah.
So if Zack wins, he gets the trophy and then makes stipulations on whatever match he wants. Is that how it plays out?
I think so.
Toru Yano does not fare well when there's no turnbuckle pads, even though he's the one that takes them off. I'm going to go with Zack Sabre Jr. via submission on this. Going to use Napalm Death on him.
Oh. I say Toru Yano retains, but in a BS way. Something, I don't know how creative he's going to get.
I mean, what else is more like? Because we've seen athletic tape to the rail,
handcuffs,
athletic tape to the young lions.
We've seen handcuffs. What if there's a porta potty in the building? He throws Zack Sabre Jr. in the porta potty and locks him in the porta potty, and he gets the 20 count.
Just a random porta potty.
Yeah. There isn't even a toilet in there. Oh, man. I think Toru takes this match in comedy fashion, which ends up only angering ZSJ, who's probably going to get the blow-off victory when they fight again.
It would be surprising to see Toru Yano beat ZSJ with a wrestling move.
Yeah.
I mean, because he is a quite accomplished wrestler. I mean, he's
He
pulled
beat
off
Okada
some.
twice this year.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Second match. The match that I'm personally looking forward to the most, shockingly, is for the Never Openweight Championship. Minoru Suzuki defending against Shingo Takagi. Who you got?
Ooh. Murder Grandpa versus the Dragon.
You know, a lot of people say like, "Oh, he's so old." I'm like,
You can still kick your ass.
Suzuki's only a year older than Jericho. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? It just looks like he looks more battle worn than Jericho, I guess.
Yeah, because he's been through a lot of wars. So
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
a
even in
lot of
MMA.
wars. Yep.
Oh.
That will make you age really quick.
Mm.
But I don't know. It's like they're
Max Holloway looks older than us.
shit. You ain't kidding.
Oh.
But Suzuki beat Takagi at the stadium show.
Mhm.
I don't know. He just my brain wants to say Takagi
Mhm.
takes the title, but I'm gonna go with my gut, and I'm just gonna say Suzuki. I mean, it's just hard to bet against Murder Grandpa when he's on a mean streak.
Same thing. I think Suzuki retains. Takagi, if Takagi is gonna win back this belt, I think it's gonna be at Wrestle Kingdom. It is 2 nights again this year.
Yeah.
All right, third match: Okada versus Great Okan. What a name, Great Okan.
Good gimmick for him.
Hmm. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna go Okada.
You're gonna go Okada on this one?
I'm gonna go Okada.
After all the torment, he's gonna come out with the win on this one?
Yeah,
Ah.
because like you know, if they're like downplaying Okada
Mm-hmm.
and he's nowhere near the world title picture, what does that say? You know, I mean, I can't imagine they're gonna make their basically their modern day ace just going like a lull. Like I'm like at this point, I'm
Mm-hmm.
wondering how long they're gonna keep you doing the double title defense because eventually Naito has to lose one of the belts instead of both. Why not put the Intercontinental title on Okada or something? Not unless he's being recruited to the States. God forbid. I don't know.
No, please.
Go to AEW if that's the fact. Come on. But yeah, I don't know. Like, this is weird. Like, I legitimately starting to feel like Guido and Okada are on the outs. Like they're in a divorce period. But this is worse than when Okada was like carrying around balloons and just going lollygagging. Because at least he was still murdering people, even though he lost the match, won 3, lost the match, won 3.
Yeah.
This one, he looks like a scrub lately.
They got to build up Okan and Osprey for their Empire stable now.
Hmm.
I mean, but then again, like if Okada beats Okan,
Okada could
can
still get beaten down after the match.
yeah, he can still get beaten down by Osprey,
Hmm.
which will make Osprey be like, I'm gonna defend my title against you now since you beat Okan. Like I'm gonna show you I'm gonna show you I don't need you anymore. Blah blah blah. The big brother type thing. I could see it going that route. I just you build up Okan during these tag matches leading up to the big fight, and then Okan if Okan loses, it's like, does that fire burn out, or does it transition to Osprey challenging Okada for his British heavyweight title, the
Right.
Rev Pro British heavyweight title? So I don't know. I'm going to go on Okan, on the great Okan, on this one.
Ooh. All right. This is
It's not
another
gonna be
weird.
it's not gonna be clean, but it's gonna. I'm predicting the win for him.
Okay. This is another weird one. IWGP US Heavyweight Title champion right to challenge contract match Kenta versus Tanahashi. Like I don't expect Moxley to fly to Japan anytime soon. Japan is, January 4th and 5 is still a good ways away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they don't. Maybe it's a bad look if you have to just relinquish the title for a second time because he couldn't travel. I don't know why they can't fly Kenta over. Or could you imagine? At could you imagine if Moxley defended the IWGP US title on AEW TV against the winner of this match?
On AEW,
The bridge is down, everybody. The bridge is down.
He just kicked on the
Hold
forbidden
the door
door.
open.
He
Go.
kicked open the forbidden door.
Tanahashi snuck in on video last month. Go. Oh man. Well, the guy that was opposed to this partnership, Harold Mage, he's gone. So I don't know.
Yeah, I read about that.
The guy had a personal issue with everybody that left to go form AEW. I mean, that's kind of pitiful. I mean, he still had their top Japan guys.
I mean,
and all the foreign guys that stayed back, they're still doing well. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's like it didn't skip a beat when the Elite left.
They reloaded the Bullet Club.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than ever now.
Although I do hope another civil war happens. My
God.
it's
happening.
My God, you know what?
You've already seen the seeds being planted.
I want the polys to leave and come to America. Man, I love those guys.
I want the Good Brothers back in Japan, but I don't know. But then that loads up the heavyweight tag title division for Bullet Club.
Yeah. Guerrillas of Destiny, Fale, come to AEW, please.
I just don't want them lost in the shuffle if they ever do go to AEW, because then that's just heartbreaking.
Small Kind Fantasy Book. If they were ever to do like an official partnership between New Japan and AEW, would you like to see some type of invasion angle happen? Where they start trading invasion attempts on their shows? And it leads up to a co-promoted pay-per-view? I think that would be sick.
Like all their champions fight AEW.
Like Naito versus Moxley, and they both come in with their belts.
We would, man, see contrast of styles too, like dangerous Techers versus FTR.
It's like a New Japan versus Ring of Honor. What is that? War of the Worlds, but on a bigger scale. Holy crap.
Okay, here's my thought. Moxley is still the IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion.
Mm-hmm.
Say Moxley loses the AEW World Championship. Do you think they would allow him to fly to Japan?
He could.
quarantine for that whole thing, and
Yep.
then be able to go back on New Japan TV.
Yeah. I think they would. I think it would. And I think Renee would go with him because she said she wants to go to Japan the next time that John gets to work there.
Yeah.
So that could definitely work. The question is, should it be Kenta or should it be Tanahashi? I would rather see Tanahashi. Because in my eyes, he's still the John Cena of Japan.
And because of that, I'm going with Kenta.
I'm bored with Kenta, to be
Yeah,
honest.
but to me, he's entertaining. His backstage interviews is entertaining.
Like, honestly, you probably might be tripping. He should have beaten Naito for the double title and not Evil. He should have beaten Naito. Naito take it back, and then Evil can take it off Naito tomorrow. That's how I would have made it. But, oh well. So
But Kenta was stuck in Florida, wasn't he?
L.A.
Yeah.
Because they did the tournament in the L.A. dojo. They had New Japan. Yeah. They were supposed to do New Japan and USA at Madison Square Garden, but they ended up doing 3 shows at the LA dojo. That's where they kept Jeff Cobb and everybody else there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we split on this one. I got Tanahashi, you got Kenta. Okay. This is probably the match of the night. IWGP contract, right to challenge for the heavyweight for the double titles, Kota Ibushi versus Jay White. I'm gonna go with Ibushi. I don't see him losing. Like, it's his time now.
It may be his time now, but when it comes to the big show, he can't perform. We saw it last year or this past Wrestle Kingdom. He couldn't beat Okada. Even though Jay White lost the Intercontinental title, he still beat Kota Ibushi on the next night. So, and he beat him again in the G1.
Yep.
So, Jay White has a claim that he's never beaten, or he's beaten Ibushi already. So he should have the briefcase. But I really think White should have the briefcase, so I'm going to go with Jay White.
All right, I'm going to go with Ibushi, only because I fully believe he's a lock to win the title. At least the heavyweight championship, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sick of the double title stuff already. Like,
yeah,
I love Naito. He's my guy still, but I wouldn't bat an eyelash if he dropped the IC. As long as he's the heavyweight champion, I'm happy with Naito.
But didn't he go on record saying that he would love to, like, defend, like, both belts individually on the same night?
Yeah.
Like, he just wants somebody to challenge for either title.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's why I said, like, I get the feeling he's not close to Gedo and Jero, who fucking booked the company. You never know.
Yep.
All right, main event, a rematch, Naito versus Evil for the Double Crown. My answer is obvious. What's yours?
And so is mine.
Oh man.
You know me. I can't go against him.
All right. Okay, let's fantasy book Wrestle Kingdom then.
All right.
That's the biggest event next, right?
After the World Tag League and the
Super
Boss
Junior.
J and the Super J Cup, yeah, okay. Wrestle Kingdom would be the big one.
Yeah, because Power Struggle was a 2-month thing that led up to all this.
Yeah.
I wish this one could have been the stadium match. The baseball stadium match. Let's see. I got Naito and Ibushi in the main event. I got Moxley versus Tanahashi for the US title. Suzuki versus Takagi again. Who is the tag team champions right now?
Taichi and ZSJ.
I think I want to see a fatal 4-way.
For the heavyweight tag?
Yeah, for the heavyweight tag belts. Get all the big all the tag teams from all the big stables all in there. They got to load up the card.
So, well, who we have left?
Because then Okada versus Ospreay as the main one-on-one headliner that doesn't have a championship, maybe.
Nah, if it's gonna be at Wrestle Kingdom, he's got to put the title on the line. You know he's gonna put the title on the line.
Oh, okay, yeah. I heard a rumor that they're gonna be doing a kickoff show with some women wrestling again, some special commemoration for Hana Kimura, which would be awesome if it's true, because she brought the house down.
It'd be nice if they televised it. I mean, that would be even more.
Oh yeah. Any other? Do you agree with those, or you want to plug in somebody else for those matches?
Well, for the heavyweight tag title, it would have to be a combination of like all the stables. I mean, because Chaos has like how many heavyweight guys in that stable, so it could be a number of combinations for if they threw their hat in. I'm gonna.
Do we have Bullet Club versus Firing Squad? A Bullet Club head to head. You know, like who is the de facto leader on the line?
Oh, like the whole have another civil war,
like a
but
Jay
this time
White
between
and then Evil.
Jay White and Evil.
Yeah, Jay White, Evil, and then all of a sudden, like Tama Tonga's like, hey, bruh, come on. You know what? You two guys, you cannot already. Oh man.
Well, because I think I would like to see Yoshihashi and Suzuki for the never open weight.
Oh, what a good redemption story. I totally forgot about Yoshihashi.
Yeah. I mean, because he is part of this never six man.
Yeah. He did better than I thought in a G1. I thought he was going to go winless.
Oh, he brought the fight to ZSJ.
For a guy who almost had a career-ending shoulder injury, holy smokes.
Yeah, he's been injury prone. Like, very, very unfortunate. But I mean, he's stepped up his game like a lot. Like, he's not the fall guy anymore.
Yeah.
So
you know why I'm a little bit shaky on Evil being a long-term champion? It all has to do with his wife. Because she's the current NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah, Io, yeah.
And I heard she's happy, but she misses him. She has a long-term... I don't know. I think she got a contract extension. So she's going anywhere for another 3-4 years. What's up with him? I don't know, he misses her too. Something's got to give. I mean... It's hard. No. That marriage is hard. Like, look at Kyrie. Kyrie's like, you know what? I can't stand being away from my man anymore.
Yeah.
she went. She went back home. So
So if Evil walks, I
it's
mean,
tough,
how do you
man.
how do you write Evil out if he decides to move to the States to be with EO? How does that get?
He
Like,
wouldn't be
does
a
he
good
loot?
fit. He wouldn't be a good fit for WWE, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Jacksonville is not that far from Orlando. Just saying.
yeah, but would they
Stupid
would they
Ben has become
rebrand?
a WWE anti. Only
But
for the
would they
males.
rebrand him, or would he still keep Evil? Like, would he go with his, with his name, or just abandon, or would he abandon the whole Evil gimmick, or would he just go back to what he was before Evil?
Watanabe.
Yeah,
Uh, Maybe they could give him a new name. I don't. I'm not sure.
that's hard. I mean, because
Or
it
maybe he
was
can
hard.
go EVO, like evil for evolution,
Mm,
because that's.
play on words, yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I just it was hard to watch Kenta go from Kenta to Hideo Itami
One
and
thing. One thing that I'm kind of.
water it down.
Yeah. One thing I'm kind of tired on New Japan is like there's too much premise right now. At least for the last several years, there's too much premise on using the strength of a stable instead of a strength of an individual.
Mm,
It wasn't the case for when Okada was ruling everything because he stood out over Chaos, but it wasn't like Chaos was interfering in every match.
yeah.
I want to see more individuality in New Japan and not, use stables as a fallback way as to saying like, oh, we are dominant. If you are a member of so and so, that means you're dominant. It's like, well, you got guys like El Desperado who hasn't had a really good year,
Yeah.
but Suzuki Gun is definitely in my top two behind Lij. I can't say that he's in the top, the top guy.
Yeah.
Um, but it's weird. I get it. I understand it. It's the culture of the way they have things there. Um,
But I don't know. It's just a weird time all around.
yeah.
It's I don't know. I know I know in Japan everything's sort of coming back to normal with the fans and everything. It's just the way everything's being played out. You don't know where it's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know why Evil now has Dick to go, and then Jay White still has Gato.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they're
But
fractured. It's scarily reaching the point of NWO white, black and white versus NWO red and black.
yeah,
Oh,
uh, but it, I would love to see Evil and Jay White to go at it, and then just to see how it plays out and what they're gonna do about it.
yeah.
Because it ain't gonna be no finger poke of doom, I tell you that much.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it on docket for tomorrow and Saturdays. Anything else you want to talk about? Holy smokes, it's been 90 minutes and I didn't even feel that long.
No, it hasn't. Well, time flies when you're having fun, right?
Hell yeah. Yeah, we're going to be
I,
having a lot of we're going to have AEW Full Gear Fallout as well as a lot of New Japan stuff on next week's show. And yeah, you know, getting close to that AEW gaming announcement, whatever that might be. What do you think it is? What do you think it is? Before we go off the air, what are you hoping
Uh,
it'll be?
my initial reaction is the announcement of a video game being produced. That
Awesome.
was my initial reaction.
Okay, that's mine too. I hope they have like a little teaser, or at least a poster. Um, at the very least, I hope it's like a, you know, hey, we're having an official AEW YouTube/Twitch. We're getting all of the Twitch streamers in AEW together. Uh, we're gonna have individual and original content for you guys here. If you guys want to see us play Among Us or other video games, party like video games, you guys can check us out here. So it's between that and a legitimate, wrestling game that I'm hoping for. uh, but yeah, so hopefully we can break more news on that. With that said, Kevin, where can people find you on Twitter?
That is a good question. I do have a Twitter. I believe it's at Kevin Mask 808.
Yep, it is. I just checked.
Because my memory is so bad. Like I just go on Twitter and just follow everybody. I can't even remember half the time like what my Twitter handle is. So
And even
you can also follow me on Instagram at its.just.kevin808.
nice.
I'm mostly on that media platform than any other one.
Awesome. Yeah, I started a new Instagram for Yo Bro MMO. I'm about to delete my personal one. uh Even though he is in a current wrestling hiatus, you guys can still follow Joshua and follow SammyCoreStudios.com. And you can follow him on Twitter at SkitComic, on Twitch and as well as Twitter at SkitComic. And you can follow me at YoBroMMO. Again, I am going to be producing stuff on YouTube. A lot of Korean dramas, a lot of K-pop reviews and all that stuff, because I'm all about the Hallyu wave right now, and it's been like that for many years. So you guys can look up for videos, live streams, and stuff like that. And I'll also be streaming on Twitch again very shortly. In fact, it's probably as soon as either tomorrow or Saturday, depending on the schedule. So yeah, look forward to us sometime in the middle of the week again. It's Kevin and I on the Backstage Slam for the foreseeable future, hopefully. And yeah. Uh, Anything else, Kev?
During Dynamite, I'm really sick and tired of JR saying that we're gonna have picture in picture, don't go anywhere, and then it full screen still commercial. Tired of it.
Oh, dude, I heard that's regional.
Is it
Because
regional?
yeah, because okay, you know me, Hawaii, like we don't get it till like 5 p.m. like when it's done after the fact. So what I
Yeah.
go is at 2 o'clock, or it's 3 o'clock now because of the time change.
Mm-hmm.
I go to TNTDrama.com. I log in with my Spectrum account.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's two feeds for the live stream, East Coast or West Coast. I pick the East Coast, and then bam, I can watch it live. And the commercials is based on ad breaks instead of actual commercials. So they actually do on the TNT website have picture in picture with internet ads as the commercials. And then when they don't have picture in picture, it's the actual TV commercials from the East Coast.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It was frustrating because every time JR would be like, don't go anywhere, we're gonna have picture in picture.
Yeah, because
and then my screen would just go completely into the commercial. I'd be like, quit lying.
Yeah, because I rewatched Dynamite again when it aired on TV at 5, from
Yeah.
5 to 7. And they had picture in picture. Almost every commercial break was picture in picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Half of it was picture in picture, half of it wasn't on the Hawaii feed, the delayed feed.
Oof. Not for Arizona.
Yeah, so I guess it's regional wise. It's controlled. But I the best way is I just watch it online live. Even if I was living on the East Coast, I'll probably watch it on online.
So that's my gripe.
Sweet. With that said, from Ben and Kevin, too sweet.